Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Splitson91. And he wanted me to react to a video called Why Blade is the Best Marvel Movie by Cine-Mechanics. Cinemechanics. He told me, yeah, you may not want to do it the way usual because there's a lot of copyright footage that could get blocked or messed with, so I'm going to do it this regular way. Thank you for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, reactions, reviews, commentaries, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, wherever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box down below. But again, this is Why Blade is the Best Marvel Movie. If you type that, I'm sure on the YouTube, you'll find it. It's 7 minutes and 44 seconds long. 7 minutes 45 seconds. Let me count down if you want to watch along in another window or such. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Cine-Mechanics. I like the opening. Educational film analysis. They don't care about fair use, buddy. It's a damn good movie. Yeah, Marvel definitely nowadays has a certain similar motif. They're all connected in some way or some form. Yeah, osmosis is a good word for it. Yeah, a movie can't be independent. But yeah, it's made a lot of money. Yeah, generic is a good word. Yeah, they got the formula and it works. And I disagree on Avengers Endgame. I thought there was an overrated movie every step of the way. Not a fan of Avengers Endgame. But I do agree about Blade. It's a badass movie. Blade's just a badass movie. I mean, I don't know about this whole impressionistic stuff. To me, it's just Stephen Norrington, yeah. Before this, Stephen Norrington directed a film called Death Machine, which is an underrated flick. And this is a time when no one expected Blade to be anything. I mean, they hoped it would be a hit, but they didn't be that big of a hit. Plus, it helps it's rated R. That's another thing. It's rated R, so you don't have to be tame. You don't have to hold stuff back. Yeah, the opening is great. Opening is exciting. guy likes the word impressionistic. It's a damn good opening. I mean, it makes an impression. Now this is rubber off me, impression. Wesley Snipes owns that role, man. Because Blade is not a talkative type of character, so you wouldn't have a lot of dialogue. And in a way, that's not just Blade. That's a lot of action heroes back in the day, of Stallone, Rambo, some Arnold stuff, other than one-liners. There's a lot of body language presence that comes into play. I do agree that there's that forced cheeky dialogue in certain bits. Yeah, without the R rating, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, if you try to do the whole city being destroyed, and you have the blood and gore that would really happen, it would be incredibly disturbing. But they're never going to go that route unless you watch that cartoon Invincible, which it detailed that. Hmm. Unhinged and reckless. He said I was more upset with the death of Whistler than I was of Tony Stark. I like that assembly line of comfort food aesthetic. That's the Marvel of today. Huh. I mean, it's a good video. It's well worded. It's more intelligent than I ever could muster in a video. Just because that's just not how I talk. I'm not that as smart as that. I'm not as well versed as a reviewer as that. And for the most part, I don't really look at films, but I do think it's a well-made video. But I just don't look at films in that stature, in that way. I look at films. At the end of the day, there's a lot of details I could go into deeper, but number one is entertainment. Believe it or not, it is. I just want to be entertained at the end of the day. If it fails, then that to me is the ultimate failure for a film. Is that you could be as preachy or you could be as pretentious, you could be as whatever you want, but if there's not any even semblance of entertainment, and entertainment is a vast array of things that you could incorporate into the stature of entertainment. I just don't look at films and think of impressionistic and that type of verbiage, that type of vocabulary. when I watch films of that nature. Like, to me, Blade is a badass motherfucker that kicks ass, takes names. I like Steven Dorff as an actor. Wesley Snipes owned that character. Rated R made it so that it didn't have to be tame. It didn't have to follow a formula. Marvel wasn't really a thing. The films they had done before for Marvel weren't really hits. Like another company, 1990, Captain America, a Fantastic Four film that never got released in 94, around that time. The Punisher, which I love with Dolph Lundgren, that got thrown direct to VHS pretty much. Blade, they had a decent sized budget, and Stephen Norrington wanted to prove himself after a lower budget film like Death Machine, and he did it. And there's nice lighting, there's a nice mood, good character actors like Chris Christopherson for your support. I mean, the whole girl didn't really lead anything to the sequels because you never saw her again. So that whole thing in retrospect didn't really lead to anything. Yeah, the effects, like in the finale with the blood, it wasn't 100% photorealistic, but just fun action scenes and fight scenes, and yeah, a guy who knows how to do fight scenes. You don't have boring bullshit like in Black Panther. But yeah, this is a well-made video. It's I think the editing is solid. He got his points across. I'm kind of surprised it's not at longer, because with the opening and ending cut out, it's about 7 minutes, and it's like a good chunk at the beginning and the end is kind of like why Marvel is this nowadays. Like why Marvel is in this state nowadays. That it's formulaic. I mean, that's kind of the beginning and ending of this video. So he goes into it's impressionistic, and it's not, cookie cutter, and it doesn't detail the plot all just by dialogue and how did he word it? There's no mystique or ambiguity. No risk of ambiguity, and making sure all the information is done as to the most casual person possible, which is what brought them to the dance of more mainstream appeal, so that even people that didn't know the comics, people who never read a comic book, felt that they were an expert. Like, they watch these Marvel films, like the Avengers, they go, oh, I know everything about the comics, because they try to explain as to the most casual person who knows jack shit, let me tell you each part of the plot so you can try to understand as much as possible. And yeah, they definitely rely more on big spectacle compared to like Blade and other movies. But yeah, nice job. I mean, hey, any fan of Blade? It's a thumbs up for me. Because Blade is a damn good movie. Also, Blade 2 is my favorite, but I love Blade. Blade is badass. Fuck the new Blade film coming out. That'll be awful. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.